Hey guys, welcome back. Now, with the ups and the downs of the crypto market, it can be hard to know what is coming next. One day we shoot up and the bull market is so back. Then next it's a crash and it's all over again. And then rinse and repeat. And so in this video, we got some very important things to cover, including where are we in this market cycle? We'll take a look at how high crypto prices could be going in the next cycle, but also how low they could be going in the next few months. We'll do a reminder that Redtember has now just started, and then we'll finish up with the biggest developments that have happened in just the last couple of weeks, and some of them you may have missed. Okay, so first up, with the crypto market being so volatile, it's hard to know where we are in the 4-year cycle. So here is what I think is going on. Let's take a look at where we are in this 4-year cycle. And this is one of my favorite charts in crypto, as it pretty much has everything we need. Now, for anyone just joining us for the first time, let me just do a very quick recap. What are we looking at? These are the 4-year cycles that have gone. So this was the first launch of Bitcoin, and this was cycle number 1. This then went down and led into the orange cycle number 2 bull market, which crashed down into the green cycle number 3 bear market crypto winter. And that's the one that the epic run that many people joined in 2021. And this has now gone into the red, the last crypto winter that we've gone through, the deep crashes, and this is where we're at right now. This chart shows the multiples. So from the very, very bottom to here, this is a doubling. So a 2x, this is a 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, 20, 50, 100. And it's all centered around the halving, which is the line here. And this is how many days from the halving. So in the first cycle, you can see this is when Bitcoin was under $100. And this is when it went up over 200x. Next cycle got to 100x. Next cycle got to a 20x. So now let's try to answer the question, how high is Bitcoin going to go in the next cycle? Well, a likely scenario, I think it's going to be something like getting up and around this 5x mark. And it will probably have some big blow off tops, briefly piercing the 10x. And this would mean that Bitcoin would be hitting around about $150,000. So that is what I think is a likely scenario for a market top. And then when it comes to a market bottom, we did have the lows here, which was around the $15,000. Now, these massive runs and drops that we've recently seen are just these tiny little blips on the chart right here. So this really puts things in perspective. Historically, there's been way bigger runs in Bitcoin, way bigger crashes. So what we're going through right now is nothing out of the ordinary. Now, for the downside, I think it's quite likely that it will be going below 25k. It's probably 50-50 whether it breaks below 20k, and I'd say it's probably unlikely that we drop below 15,000. But it is still a possibility. But based on what's happened so far, it's really not that long away that we'll never be able to buy crypto at these prices ever again. As if it shoots up to 150,000, then the next epic crash where Bitcoin will be crashing down to the incredibly low prices of about 40,000. So that is getting proper perspective on the crypto market. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Redtember. And this is something that I've covered quickly in my last video, but as we're just entering September, let me explain. So these are the pre-halving years, and historically, out of all the months of the year, the very, very worst month for Bitcoin and crypto, lo and behold, is September. And of the last 6 years, this has always been a down month. So just bear in mind that it's quite likely there will be some big drops coming in September. Now, if we take an average of the last pre-halving year, 2019 and also 2015, it means that Bitcoin is likely going to around $24,000. And for me, my next buy is a sub 25,000. So once it breaks, I'll be looking to accumulate Bitcoin this month. So I'm actually quite excited for Redtember, as this will be a nice large purchase for me. So that's the short term. Now let's cover the biggest developments that have happened in just the last couple of weeks, which say to me that the next bull market, when it really kicks off, is going to be the biggest one yet. Okay, so I've got 7 pieces for you guys, and the first one is just this. And it's the fact that these big news websites like CNBC are now showing the ticker symbols for crypto and digital assets. And this is becoming normal. We now look at this and don't really pay it any attention. But the fact that crypto is now just getting integrated into the mainstream media and financial system, we should not overlook this. It means we are entering mass adoption. Number 2, and it's ARK Invest and 21 Shares have submitted for an Ethereum futures ETF. So obviously with a flurry of Bitcoin ETFs hopefully going live in the next 6 to 12 months, Ethereum is going to be next on the list. And in fact, it's not just ARK Invest that has submitted an application. Check this out. This is how many Ethereum ETFs have now been submitted. So there's also a huge slurry of Ethereum ETFs now waiting for approval at the SEC. So this is great news for Ethereum. And number 3, more good news for Ethereum fans. A new up-and-coming, very successful company called OnlyFans. And let's just say it caters to the over 18s. But they are another company that has put Ethereum on the balance sheet. So it's not just Bitcoin that companies are adding to the corporate balance sheet. It's also Ethereum. So these two are still coming through as the blue chips. So great news for Ethereum. Number 4, and it was a partnership between Coin Corner and Lolly in the UK that's going to introduce Bitcoin Lightning payment on their terminals. So this is Lolly, and they specialize in technology for the hospitality sector in a range of different applications, self-serve and payment platforms, and they're rolling out Bitcoin Lightning payment on all of their kiosks. And they've also got some pretty big customers, including Sky, Disney, BMW. So Bitcoin payments is getting rolled out. Number 5, and as the US continues its anti-crypto policy, on the other side of the world, in Hong Kong, we have another bank that has just got a license for crypto services in Hong Kong. So more adoption coming from overseas. Number 6, and this was about another litigation piece by the SEC as they were taking out another enforcement action, this time against the use case of NFTs. And what I'm basically showing here is that not only is the SEC losing in its court cases, in all of these litigation cases, even people inside the SEC like Hester Pierce, a commissioner, is also attacking Gary Gensler and filing dissent. And this is what she recently had to say.
It shouldn't be our presumption in the US that you've got to go ask Uncle Sam for permission before you do things. Now, again, there are statutes on the books and we uphold those statutes, but I'm always thinking about upholding them in this frame of liberty is super important in the United States. And I fear that in the conversations around crypto, we've lost a little bit of that sense of how important that principle is in the United States.
So not only is Gary Gensler getting attacked from the crypto community, not only is he losing in court, he's also getting attacked from inside the SEC from his own commissioners. It's only a matter of time. Fire Gary Gensler. And then finally, there was a very interesting piece about Elon Musk and his company X, as they've just been granted a new state license. And this is the application for a currency transmitter license. So what does this mean? Well, here is the most important small print. This approval will allow X to custody, transfer, and exchange digital currencies. So something is cooking with Elon Musk and X, and it's going to be big. Probably just in time for the next big bull market of 2024. With the ups and downs of the crypto market, it can be hard to know where we are in this 4-year cycle. Well, no one knows for sure, and as many of you guys will know, I'm a fan of planning for both directions, but if I had to take a stance, I'd say we're in an early stage of the bull market. To me, probabilities indicate that Bitcoin will be going below 25k. Now, below 20,000 is less likely, but it's still maybe 50-50 at this point, and testing the lows or below 15,000 I would say is unlikely, but it's still possible. And as you saw, the developments keep coming in thick and fast, from a massive list of Ethereum ETFs to Bitcoin payments being rolled out in the UK. And something big is coming to X, formerly known as Twitter, probably just in time for the next big bull market. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Now tell me what your plans are for Redtember. Will you be buying, holding, or selling? Let me know below. But just remember to address 100% of the comment spam and trading bots that plague YouTube comments. We're trying out the new SuperThanks commenting system. So to make sure to get your question or comment read and replied to, if you have a request or just to say thanks, then use SuperThanks below. And for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.